All right, folks, welcome to lesson 3 video of lesson 3 of week 8. This is video 3, and we are doing the Unit 8 review. Bop, bop, bop. All right, anyway, so we're going to go through the end of unit practice assessment. We're going to review that. If you have not already completed it on your own, please do so. The link is right on the Canvas page. Well, not the link. Well, yeah, the link. The link to a Word document of the practice test is under lesson 3 test review. All right, but also, if you're having trouble seeing the numbers or the questions, I have attached images of page 1, page 2, and page 3 under lesson 3 as well of this test review or the practice test. All right, so no excuses. If you haven't already completed it, please do not watch this video and go do that. And then when you're done, you can come back to this video and then we can all go through it together. It'll be fantastic. All right, anyway, so let's look at problem number 1. Okay, so select all the numbers that are solutions to the equation x squared is equal to 81. Is that the right color? Oh my goodness, yes it is. All right, this is fantastic. So if we were to solve this equation, I hope you don't mind the pixels. I'll rewrite it if the pixels hurt your eyes. But x squared is equal to 81. Okay, so if we were to solve this equation, we would want to get rid of that x squared, right? We do so by squaring it. We get x is equal to the square root of 81. Oh my gosh, wait a second. That looks familiar. A is the square root of 81. So that works. Okay, now, are we done? Well, we could be, but it says select all the numbers that are solutions. So instead, let's keep solving it. What is the square root of 81? Put it in your calculator real quick. Find out and email me about it. Just kidding. X equals, well, the square root of 81 is 9. If we do 9 times 9, we get 81. So I think that's an answer as well. Oh my goodness. Yes, it is. Okay, 9 is also an answer that also completes this problem. So A and B are your answers. This mess, the square root of 9 is 3. If we do 3 squared, we're going to get 9. We're not going to get 81. 40 and 1/2, if we multiplied it by 2, it would equal 81, but it's not. 40 and a half squared is definitely not 81. It's going to be something like, I don't know, it's going to be higher than 1,600. I can tell you that. All right, perfect. So A and B are the 2 correct answers there. If you are still with us watching the video and you have not completed this yourself, shame on you. Not impressed. All right, anyway. So go do that and then come back and do number 2. All right, so number 2 was a doozy. This took a minute, but what you're supposed to do is select all the right triangles, given the lengths of the sides. So all of these look like right triangles, okay? The point is not to look at them and figure out which one's the right triangle. It's to use the Pythagorean theorem and calculate which one's the right triangle. So let's look at A. Okay, so we've got 9, 12, and 14. So the 2 legs are 9 and 12. So we'll do 9 squared plus 12 squared equals 14 squared. Right, well, 9 squared is 81. We figured that out. 12 squared is 144. And 14 squared is 196. Let me make that equal sign more equal. 196. All right, and I'm going to erase these lines so we can see that. Now, if we add 81 to 104, are we going to get 196? No, we're going to get 225, and that is not equal to 196. So, oh, this is going to be fun. That one does not work. All right, so A is a no-go. Okay, let's go back to using this pretty blue. Let's figure out the next one. B. Oh, this one's great. Okay, so some of you might already be able to tell there's something good going on with this one. So we've got our 2 legs here. They're on each side of the potential right angle. And 10 is our longest side. Okay, so when we write that down, A squared plus B squared equals C squared. So the 2A root 50 squared plus root 50 squared is equal to 10 squared. Oh my gosh. The square root of 50 squared is just going to be 50, right? And then 10 squared is going to equal 100. Does this look like it might work? Well, if you think it does look like it might work, you would be right. All right, great work. So I don't like any of those greens. Oh, I love this green though. So checking, that one checks out. Woohoo. So B is an answer, okay? Now, C, if you go through the rest of these, which I will, don't worry, because I'm the best. All right, let's go through C. So here we've got 16 and 30. If you're not sure which the two legs are, or what lengths are the two legs, you're looking at the shortest lengths, okay? So the hypotenuse is always the longest. So here, 14.5 is longer than 10, 10.5. Here, 4 is longer than root 13 and root 3, okay? So you're looking for the biggest number is going to be your C. Okay, so now we've got this. We can do 16 squared plus 30 squared equals 35 squared. All right, so 16 squared is 256 plus 900 is equal to 1,225. Okay, so let's add these up. What do you think? Does it look like it might be right? It looks like it might be close, but it's not. 256 plus 900 is 1,156. That is not equal to 1,225. So I get to use my red pen. Not true. That is not a right triangle. It looks like it, but it is actually an imposter. Okay? All right, so let's look at this one here. This one's a good one. This is going to be fun. All right, so 10 squared plus 10.5 squared. Those are our shortest lengths, so they are the legs. Is equal to 14.5 squared. Oh, a lot of 0.5s. Let's see if we can do this. So 10 squared is 100. We know that 10.5 squared is going to be 110.25 is equal to 210.25. Now, you can totally use a calculator on this test, so have no fear if you can't do those squares in your head. That is totally fine. All right, you can use a calculator on the test. So, if we add those up, do you think it's going to be the same? Well, let's see, 100 plus 110 is going to be 210, plus the 0.25 on the end. Yeah, oh my gosh, look at that. 210.25 is in fact equal to 210.25, so this one is in fact good to go. All right, well, let's do this last one, E. I'm going to erase this mess because I don't want to get too close to E there. All right, so we're going to do it over here in this space. Actually, let's just use that one. So we've got square root of 3 squared plus the square root of 13 squared is equal to 4 squared. Okay, I love these because the square root of 3 squared is 3. The square root of 13 squared is 13. And 4 squared, well, we know that one. It's 16. What's 3 plus 13? You bet. It is 16. We get to use the green pen again, and everybody loves a green pen. Woohoo. So our three answers here, because it does say select all, are going to be, let me get my pen back, D, B, and E. So in order to get full points, you would have to select all of those. If you only select a couple, then you're not going to get full points. Sad day. All right. Let's move on to number 3. Oh, which of these are irrational? Oh my gosh. All right, this is going to be fun. So I'm not going to use red and green. I'm just going to use this blue. So 1/3. Oh, that's a fraction. It's rational or a ratio. So it's not. Okay, 4 pi over 3. Well, 4/3 would be a fraction, but we've got 4 times pi over 3. And what's 4 times pi going to be? Well, we know pi is not rational. So 4 times pi is going to be a number like 12 point blah, 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 and it's going to go on forever, and it's never going to repeat. So this is not a ratio of 2 rational numbers. This is a ratio of 1 rational number and then 1 number that's not rational. So this one's irrational. Okay, let's continue on. So, no, I don't want that. Stop. Go away. Okay. So here, 0.13. Oh my gosh, what's that as a fraction? Well, I don't know what it is as a fraction yet, but I can tell you that as a decimal, 0.13 ends. You can fit it in a box that's finite. So it is not irrational, it's rational, okay? The square root of 12, well, if you were to figure out what the square root of 12 is, you would find that it is, oh my gosh, 3.4641011615. So this ends up being, well, I said it, but I didn't write it down. Let me write it down for y'all, because that would just be nice. So when I put it in a calculator, I get 3.4641011615, and so on. So there's no repetition here. Nothing's repeating. And as far as I can tell, it goes on forever. So that is, in fact, irrational. All right, let's go to this last one. All right, so we've got the square root of 49. Oh, what times what equals 49? 7. So this one is rational, okay? Because 7 can be written as a ratio of two numbers, of two integers, right? So the answers are A, or sorry, not A. The answers are B and D for number 3. Fantastic work, everyone. Y'all are cruising. Oh, this one's a fun one. All right, so plot these numbers on the number line. Great. So let's think about this. All right. What's 1 squared? 1 squared is 1. What's 2 squared? 2 squared is 4. So root 4 is going to be right there. Okay, perfect. We don't have a square root of 1, so we can't put that there. All right, what's 3 squared? 3 squared is 9. Oh, so we've got a 9 here. Okay, so we can put root 9 right there. All right, what's 4 squared? 4 squared is 16. So if we had a root 16, we'd put it there, but we don't. We have a root 18, though. Let's look at this. So 18 is between, let's see, what's 4 squared? 4 squared is 16. 5 squared is 25. 18 is going to fall right in between there. So root 18, we can put somewhere between 4 and 5. Okay, I'm going to put 9 here as well, all right, because 3 squared is 9. Great. So we've got 18 figured out. Now let's look at root 6. So square root of 6, all right? So 6 falls between 4 and 9. So it's going to be between 2 and 3 on the number line, all right? 10 is between 9 and 16. So it's going to fall, or here, let me say, 10 is between 9 and 16. So it's going to fall between 3 and 4 on the number line. Because the square root of 10, I mean, if you put it in a calculator, you'd get 3 point something, all right? You would get a decimal. So it could go anywhere between 3 and 4. It's probably a little closer to 3, but if you put it halfway in between there, that's all I'm looking for. You know which whole numbers that square root's between. The only thing we're left with is root 3, and, well, 3 is between 1 and 4. So I bet that's where root 3 is going to be, somewhere between there. And I'm right, so you can trust me. I wrote the test. So those are your answers, right? Root 3 goes, and let me erase all this other stuff so you can see your answers a little more clearly. Oh, no, I just erased root 10. Oh, why did I do that? Mr. Whale, what's your deal? All right, what was it? Root 10? Yeah, goes right here. So now you can see where our answers are, okay? So in order, it would go root 3 between 1 and 2, root 4 is on 2, root 6 between 2 and 3, root 9 on 3, root 10 is between 3 and 4, and root 18, or square root of 18, is between 4 and 5. Awesome work, okay? So that's what yours should look like. All right, now I'm going to have to erase this stuff, so luckily it's a video, so if you want to see it, you can go back. There's a few frames there's plenty of frames where the whole answer is laid out. All right, it says find the exact